It's been feeling really chill today. I thought that my fire over here went out. It just had these really low burning, just barely any embers at the bottom. And then I was finishing up Harry Potter and the Sorcerer's Stone. It was like with my son, because we've been reading that for like the past year, just a little bit every night. And we finally are at the part where he defeated you-know-who, Voldemort, at the very end. So we were reading that, and then as we were reading it, the fire out here started going. I was like, what? It just poof, it just reignited, you guys. So I thought, oh my gosh, I've been thinking about this reading all day. I've got lots of really beautiful crystals. I have a crystal grid around us tonight. We have our dragons with us. I don't know if you can see very well. I might have to change the lighting here. Hold on a second. Oh, and I don't know what's going to come through, but I've been excited about it. I know, it's like an underwear type of moment. Okay. I took a really long hot bath today, and with the intention of figuring out exactly what the collective needs in this reading. And I was really resisting what was coming through. I was like, no, I don't want to do a reading on that. But it kept coming through, and it is about the masculine, okay? What the divine feminines want the masculine to know, okay? What we want to tell them. These cards fly out when I say that. We got the... Okay, I'm not ready yet, you guys. Okay, so it does seem like that is what is coming through. How to help them from that higher level. Because if we're not connected in the 3D, if we're not speaking in the 3D, if we're not quite there yet, this is the only way to work with what's going on. So I just want to put a message out there for any divine masculines who might be surfing through YouTube and randomly run across my wee little video. Hopefully I can keep it short. So I'm going to call in all the directions. I'm going to call in Great Spirit, Mother Earth, Father Sky, my grandmother, grandfather, Jaina. I'm going to call in Spirit of the Dragon. Spirit of the Eagle. The eagle soars by itself. I remember my divine masculine saying that once, and I was like, well, the eagle soars by itself, the phoenix soars by itself, a lot of these big birds, and I don't know why that's coming up. But yeah, I mean, when it comes to divine counterparts, they're magnificent creatures who are unlike anyone else and often do need a lot of space to soar. So let's see. I'm going to do a 7-card spread. Okay, so 7 for the week. 1 for each day. Okay. So let's get a card to represent Monday. That's today. 5 of Cups. Tuesday, Ace of Swords. Wednesday, 5 of Pentacles. Reversed. 5 of Swords, or sorry, oh my gosh. 5 of Cups reversed. Ace of Swords. 5 of Pentacles reversed. The Double reversed. Queen of Wands reversed. Okay. I need a card for the Saturday position. This is the course to take for possible outcome based on these cards. Ten of Pentacles, the Emperor. Okay. On the bottom of the deck we have Judgment. So choices. Okay, seems like the Judgment card's been coming up a lot. It is upright. Okay, so here we go. 5 of Cups reversed. Ace of Swords. 5 of Pentacles reversed. The Devil reversed. Queen of Wands reversed. We got some stuff with the masculines going on we already knew about, but it's showing up tonight pretty strongly. Ten of Pentacles. This is the course to take to get to the Emperor. Okay, so I guess this is what the Divine Feminines want you to know. So, in the past, the 5 of Cups, she's seizing. Let me go get my book. Because this specific spread, ouch! Just stepped on a crystal in the grid. Great. Great. That's what happens when you leave the sacred circle for a second. Ooh. Oh, Lordy. Friggin' fluorite got me good. Ooh. They're like shaped like a, they're shaped kind of like a pyramid. I just stepped on one of my pyramids. It's supposed to protect me. Okay. Alrighty, you guys. The past. So this is representative of the past. This is associated with psychic explorations of one's own feelings and emotions. So this is usually read in a reflective manner, focusing on the issues and emotions of the past, leading up to the question. Reversed 5 of Cups. So in the past, reflecting on grasping whatever is left. I hope you can see that. Grasping whatever is left and rejoicing in what is not lost. She leaves the situation, salvaging what is left of her own emotions and self. From your emotional scars, you rise up and take control of the pieces that remain. You are driven by a will to rebuild your life and to learn from your mistakes. These shall be the foundations of your growth into the next phase of your life. You will find yourself moving on from previous endeavors Taking with you the knowledge you gained in the process, the hurt will be forgotten, but the lessons learned will stay with you forever as experience. So, on the reverse, this merman is dwelling on the 3 cups that have been knocked over, but this mermaid is moving on to the 2 that are remaining. So one way to deal with the situation is being like, oh no, the spilt milk, excuse me. Oh no, I'm just gonna look at these 3 cups that have spilled. Whereas the other way of dealing with the situation is focusing on what's left. So that's fantastic for that past view, you know, to be focusing on what the positive emotions are that you have left and what you learned from the past. The next position is in the present. That is the Ace of Swords. I've been feeling that strongly. That's been coming up so much as just like centerpiece of so many readings lately. So Tuesday corresponds with Mars. This is action in this reading. This is the advising action, motion in the present moment. So this is what the current situation holds for Divine Masculine. This is the present energy. Ace of Swords looks like it's moving pretty swiftly too. Excuse me. Keep on like clearing my throat. Okay, powerful forces have come into play that will bring swift change in life. Okay, intellect, mental prowess, new ideas, new ways of thinking. So out with the old. So holding on to the old emotions that served you and serve you now, and moving into that mental space of new things. So this sword sweeps through your mind and clears any doubts, dissipates clouds of confusion, helps you aim for your goals with diamond-like clarity. When this card appears, it also offers a sign of protection from fear. A protection from fear that can haunt your mind. Be not afraid and stand firm and tall, Divine Masculine. Logic will prevail over emotions, especially over spilt milk emotions, okay? Like, especially over shit that you just really shouldn't hold on to. Like, logic will prevail over that because it's illogical to allow those spilt cups to haunt you to this day. Yeah. In matters of legality, work, and contracts, this card shines a positive and fair light. So if you're going through any kind of changes legally or situations like that where you have to end a contract or start a new contract, it's a positive outcome. Things being really clear and fair. Relationships will be intellectually stimulating as you engage in games of the mind and test and tease each other's limits. The golden crown and laurel leaves are symbols of wisdom and thought which are associated with this suit. So that's in the present. Yay. For me, it represents like divine truth too. Oh, Wednesday, hidden influences, hopes, fears, and expectations. Hidden influences, hopes, fears, expectations. Can you see this card? 5 of Pentacles reversed. Wednesday, associated with Mercury, the planet associated with magical knowledge, medicine, crossroads, and trickery, this position highlights the complex thoughts that go on in the mind of the inquirer. In this case, it would be a divine masculine. These are unknown or hidden driving forces that usually go unsaid, but are felt or thought of in the subconscious. Reversed Five of Pentacles. So in your subconscious, reversed Five of Pentacles is poverty. So poverty taking its toll, but there is hope. Okay, so the reversed Five of Pentacles is, I'm gonna guess it's a hope, fear, or an expectation, because when it's reversed, it means coming out of poverty. It means the light at the end of the dark tunnel. Coming out of a period of hardship and suffering. You're gonna pull yourself out of the gutter, stand back on your own 2 feet, ready to face the world again. Okay, it reflects on situations of dire loss and difficulty. The time will soon come when the pain of failure or abandonment can be left behind and a new path or project is ready to begin. So, you know, again, grasping which cups didn't fall. Moving towards, you know, clarity. Moving out of this poverty situation. Because Pentacles do have to do with earthly things. So maybe the wheel turned that way. But you know what? It's this is reverse, so you're coming out of it. See, she's moving on this side. This character's moving up into the light, like climbing out from that pit. So next, and all this is positive, like the ones that are reversed, you know, some things have needed to be brought to light for sure. I'm really glad that these are the ones coming up, like, because I was feeling like looking at it, I was resisting too much. I'm just not wanting to look at where the masculine's been in my own readings, just, but yeah, it's good confirmation. We got the reverse devil in the Thursday position. Obstacles to overcome and areas of conflict. So this definitely has been coming up along with that Ace of Swords. This is the obstacle to overcome. So the devil reversed is, you know, the not so great side of the devil. Like, not that there's a fantastic side, but this side's where it's out of control. And in the Thursday, this is the conflict. Okay, so he's like super, so on this card, you can see that these people are bound by money here. Maybe sold their soul or something crazy. Okay, and the devil's like power hungry. So you have this lightning and just fire and brimstone and all that. And just stacking. Wahahaha. And it's interesting that it's connected to this Pentacles too. So maybe there's been some hard lessons being learned about the 3D reality for masculine. Sorry, I'm like, ho. Okay, but the reverse devil's good. And it's like, I am seeing it in a positive light here as an obstacle to overcome. All right. We all have this obstacle to overcome. It's not like it's unique to masculine energies. Feminine energy also deals with all the same soul lessons, you know, as a... anyways. Okay, so the obstacle to overcome in this spread is abuse of your power. Trapped by the lure of money. Only caring for the fulfillment of his own desires. This is what to overcome. Warning that power and sexual prowess may lead to abuse. Greed and egocentricity may take over and cause a path of destruction. Life seems to have space for for very little else than your obsession with material wealth and physical pleasures. In terms of an individual, because this could be an individual that's an obstacle to overcome, foretells a person who has entered or will enter your life and treat you as an object for possession. He or she will care nothing for your feelings and goals, but only for him or herself, and what he or she can derive from your existence. You may find yourself infatuated and strongly attracted, oh no, be careful, to this person, knowing full well he or she will only cause you pain and heartache, for he or she cannot offer you more than superficial pleasures of the flesh and of wealth. In situations, this card warns of the destructive influence of greed and wealth on the outcome of any arrangements or agreements. The other party may exploit your finances, play on your ambitions for his or her own ends, or even use you to achieve his or her goals. In a relationship, the reverse of this card often implies a destructive relationship, which may draw out emotions of jealousy, anger, and fiery passion. So this could also, the obstacle to overcome here, and of course in the twin flame journey, the destination, the North Star is union, right? So it could be a destructive relationship. It could be a relationship like this. Which leads me to the next card. So that's the obstacle to overcome. This is what the Divine Feminines wants you to know if you don't know already. Or the divine, just the divine. Okay, Queen of Wands reversed. In the Friday position, this is, I believe this is outside influences. So you got outside influences is a reverse Queen of Wands. Now she, you know, I don't see her too differently from the devil. I'm just teasing. But you see the eye, that is kind of like a greedy eye back there. And she's got these men sort of enslaved with her sexual prowess. Here. Okay. They are chained. They are chained to her. And there's not just one, there's two. So this here is the outside influences or the environment. Okay, Friday, associated with Venus, the planet of home and hearth, love and beauty. Here is the immediate environment the inquirer exists in, and which may influence the situation. The card in this position highlights such external influences that will affect the outcome. Okay, so reversed Queen of Wands in this hidden influence. I'm getting that it could be a woman, or it could be just like sexual energy being abused in general. But, you know, it is the Queen of Wands, it's not the King. It's, and we already got the Devil out, which isn't that different. So we got both of these out, which are both, like, to me, sexual abuse, not necessarily, like, painful, but definitely stuck. This is not something that's going to get you to union. This is a test and a trap that maybe you've fallen for. She is devious and tantalizing. She indulges her own fantasies and takes advantage of others for her own pleasure. So it's not that different from the reverse devil. Okay, so the reverse of this card embodies the negative qualities of a passionate being. So maybe you've been really involved in something passionate and it's kind of turned the flip side into someone being really possessive, either them or you. Her love will turn to jealousy. So it could be a jealous woman in your midst. Her passion into rage, and her sensuality into a lusty inferno. So remember, upright, she's like the warmest, sweetest, most fuzzy queen, right? Codependence. In relationships, one partner might be extremely controlling and vindictive. Hurt emotions from neglect and underappreciation. Situations may be clouded with broken promises and lies. Unreliability may cause projects and agreements to falter or fail. So this is outside influences. And that's going to be connected to this conflict card. Obviously. Money, women, wow. Say it's not so. Who are you? I'm just kidding. This is why I just usually focus on myself, because often I look at these cards and I think, no, this can't be what's happening, I don't believe it. Okay, 10 of Pentacles is in the Saturday position. And this, of course, this is all about, generations, Maybe this is what that you really want to do deep down. This is what's important. You can see the little kids here, the grandpa. It's just like the whole fam. And, yeah, I'm going to read what it says, but I'm loving it. I'm loving it. I'm liking this card being there. Support, a lot of support. Earthly support. Kids and family support. Lots of support. And they're wearing like togas. They kind of look like Greek gods. Okay? 10 of Pentacles. Okay, in the Saturday position, this has to do with what should be done. Saturn, government of time. It's kind of perfect. This card indicates the path, The time has come to make a decision, Divine Masculine. It's time to make a decision, a clear decision. Leave those spilt cups. Take the ones that didn't spill. These 3 are spilt, these 2 aren't, and she's like stoked, right? She's focusing on the ones that didn't spill. He's like, oh, okay. Anyways, this is what you've done. This is in the past, as you have taken those cups that haven't spilled. Maybe you're protecting and holding on to those unspilled cups with all you have. You're climbing out of the depths of hell. Climbing out of the depths of hell. Climbing out from this, okay? To the 10 of Pentacles. 5 to 10. Okay, to the 10 of Pentacles. Tradition and family. With tradition and family comes support. 10 of Pentacles symbolizes the stability that comes from grounding oneself in tradition and family. So coming back to family, moving away from all this crazy, I know I keep saying crazy and like hellish, but I just don't know what the heck you thought you were going to find here. Okay, but look, this is good news. 10 of Pentacles. Stability, home, family, roles of both financial and physical support. Family members help one another. Nice. Give advice, give support. Loans can also come from family or old money. That sounds great. Like that's probably part of coming out of this. Poverty. This is going to bring poverty. This is what brings poverty. All of this stuff, okay? This literally will bring you into poverty. Wanting and wanting, it'll bring you into poverty. What pulls you out is family support, is spiritual support. Money is energy. It's not even real. This is what's real. This is where true wealth lies. And you know that. I'm just like, I don't know why, but I'm just like, I'm feeling happy though. Like, it's like when you see a rainbow and it's so beautiful and you're like, but I'm happy though. I'm just so happy that the rain is clearing, you know? Whew. All right. So financial support may also come in an accumulated lump sum from sources such as just basically like money that's been lying dormant for years that maybe you didn't know about might pop up. But it's saying that this is the path to be taken. So even if this card signifies like maybe unexpected money coming from family, with the position that it's in, this is the action that it's basically saying that needs to be done, okay? Moving towards this will get you here. Now this is the partner for the Empress, okay? The Empress being divine feminine. This is what gets you to divine masculine land, okay? Is tradition, family, support, tribe, basically. Focusing on that. Instead of, but yeah, I mean, we got reverse devil, which another way to look at it is moving out of that. We got reversed Queen of Wands, which I feel like is ending some kind of a abusive relationship with a woman. I don't even know who this is for. I don't even know if it's for mine. He's like literally, he will never see this, y'all. Just so you know. So I'm safe there, but if this is the outcome, then I'm happy whether he sees it or not. Like if this is connected to him at all, which it might be, but he's not going to see it anyways. The Emperor is the outcome if this is the path that you choose. If you choose the path of family support, you reach the Emperor, okay? Nobody wants to be the devil. Like, come on. Doesn't have any real power. Okay, so the Emperor here is in the possible outcome. And yes, I'm going to get into that. This is the new path that's developed, okay? If you take the Ten of Pentacles route. Ruler of all. Ruler of your life. Holding power effortlessly. It seems like the devil really needs to work hard for his shit. He's got to like bind people, right? He's got to lure people with money and sex. Like, is that real power? Is that real power? Self-mastery is real power. We all know that, right? Not that I have it. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying that that's the desired outcome for sure. Look within to find the drive and determination to lead and be in control. All right, someone with power. You got the power. Yeah, pay attention to the role that other people play in your life, though, too. Of course. Which role do you want to play in your life? You don't want to do you want to be one of these men being strung by this woman? Or one of these people bound here in the center by this money and greed and sexuality being abused? Sex is supposed to be like for making love, y'all. Y'all know I'm just a fuzzy blanket myself. Okay, so the Emperor there. Okay, yay guys. So it's ruled by Aries. Ambitious leader. Oh, instigator of all things new. You know, I'm always like, oh, because I sit for too long in that position. Royalty, y'all. I don't see any fire and brimstone. I see I see a fantastical city behind him. He's on a throne. He's dominant and warlike in his leadership. Dominance over issues of both man and nature. There's no mountain too high for this emperor to control. There's no mountain too high for him to control. Sorry. Nor city too wide for him to reign over. He holds the Ankh. I don't know if you can see this, but he holds the Ankh in his hand. It's the Egyptian symbol for life, and it is life over which he rules. The moon contrasts the sun in the Empress card. Here, the moon is nothing more than a source of light. So, okay, I wish I had the Empress card out handy, because the Empress card has the sun, alrighty? And this Emperor has the moon, and the moon reflects the light of the sun. So, Divine Masculine, that literally seems like a little mini story to union here. Okay, but this is where you're at now. This is the energy that you're at today. So basically coming clean, cutting out all this crap. By the end of the week, basically. Climbing out from the pit with support. Whoops. A lot of support. Did I just? From your family and loved ones. Okay. So I hope that makes sense. So I'm going to get some other cards out, okay? So when it comes to the path to be taken, the 10 of Pentacles, I want to get some clarification on what element's going to help out with that. What element is going to assist on this path towards the 10 of Pentacles? Away from the Devil card, away from the Queen of Wands energy. What element can the Divine Masculines draw on to reach? Gosh, you guys, three, like all these just flew out. Okay, we got, this is wild. Okay. We got love. Just going to put that here. Karma. I pulled all these recently too. They just like, it's been a theme. Okay, and then vulnerability. Love, karma, vulnerability. Beautiful. So these are the elements that are going to help move you towards the Emperor, okay? The element of love, the element of DNA, karma, playing out your karma. So that's generational, of course. So moving through that with grace. It's not easy. With vulnerability. So love and vulnerability and karma, and owning up to stuff too. Like owning up to stuff. You know, from this vulnerable space helps clear this, because all this karmic stuff, that's the only way through it, is to own it and be like, yes, this is my karma, you know, yes, this is something that it's my responsibility to clear, with help though. Lots of help. We always need help clearing stuff this deep. Like I feel like this, like you somehow got really deep into this energy. So deep that you need a lot of support to get out, like almost like an intervention. But you have been picking up. You're good. You're good. We're good. Okay. And we're going to get through this. Hands reaching towards each other through a heart. Heart chakra. Yeah. So heart chakra, same with the divine feminine. It's the same. Moving through the heart chakra will get you to your higher self, to your ascension. Playing out your karmas through that space, seeing it through your heart space, you know? Let's see if I can get some nuggets. Karma. So karma. Karma is a Sanskrit word. It implies the greater universal law of cause and effect, okay? Providing an implied code of ethics within the structure of the seemingly endless cycles of birth, death, and rebirth, which we experience throughout our lives. So we experience death, birth, and rebirth throughout our lives, everybody. The mistaken notion about karma is that it's some kind of punishment, okay? But it's far from that. In fact, in its purest form, it simply asserts that our conduct in this lifetime will determine our next incarnation. It has also come to mean how our behavior and actions in this lifetime create consequences in a slightly different version of the golden rule. We not only carry our soul's karma into this lifetime, but also embedded in the complex coding of our DNA and our genetic ancestral karma. Is our genetic ancestral karma. The double helix structure of DNA contains codes that have been passed down from our parents and grandparents. That's so funny, because this one's all about that. It's all about like generations. So somehow, you know, this is the path to be taken, is to clear this karma, this generational karma, through love and vulnerability. But I also see a lot of action, a lot of light at the end of the tunnel needing to be moved towards. Okay, away from the darkness into the light. In this card, we see two intertwined serpents with double helixes on either side. Variations of this archetypal image exist in many cultures, both traditional and contemporary. It's a graphic representation of the most ancient ancestry we can lay claim to. Our DNA, the fundamental substance of life itself that provides substantial determination of our life path. Aspects of your soul entered your primitive physical self long before you had begun to take form. While the DNA that you inherited from your biological parents has a physical component, it also has a soul pattern that came together in the creation of you. You are predisposed to follow the karmic dictates of this patterning to some extent. Yet as you evolve in your consciousness and expand the light of awareness, you can make choices that shift and modify this ancestral design. This is one of those times you can feel the tug of your soul that is both ancient and karmic. Yet you also recognize the persistent and loving communication from your higher self that contradicts the more familiar solutions before you. Are these familiar solutions to you? Oh, masculines who are watching this, I feel you though. The choice is up to you. Choice is up to you. But know that every time you heed the guidance of your higher self, no matter what etheric or physical form that it takes, human consciousness is elevated. In a sense, it becomes a choice between destiny and fate. So, you know, when you clear these, you're helping the whole collective clear these. And these are not easy things to clear. So whoever's going through this, you know, it's going to be a strong ripple. I can feel that. We need more masculines coming into their emperor. This is like all the kings, you guys. This is all the kings. Just like the empress is all the queens. Let's see what ascended masters want to help out with all this. For the divine masculine. We got Amaterasu for the feminines to help them step into their empress. So actually it was star. They had the star. So let's see who wants to come. Who do we want to pull into these masculines watching this life this week? Or what messages want to come through to aid with this emperor, embodying this emperor energy? Please, Spirit, give us some ascended masters that want to hang out on the emperor. Oh, sorry. Oh, there it is. Power of joy. I like it. Thank you, Maitreya. Look at that rainbow. So happy this one came out. To find your desired outcome, follow the path of joy. Your life's purpose is supported by the joy and passion you feel when you're thinking about working on your purpose. This is your destiny. It's to fulfill your life's purpose, right? The joy that you feel within relationships keeps them alive. Again, you know, that comes back to this grabbing onto the cups that brought you joy and letting go of the ones that got spilt because they didn't bring you joy in the past. The joy that comes from your hobbies gives you extra energy. Of all the emotions, joy has the highest energy vibration. Joy has the power to remove all obstacles. Joy can just wipe. You kidding? Joy can wipe all this devil and power-hungry, greedy energy just clean out. Joy, okay? Yes. Hote, laughing Buddha, Lord Maitreya, familiar image of the smiling and rotund Buddha. Lived as a Buddhist monk who was renowned for his compassion and generosity. We needn't suffer at all. We can fulfill our purpose. That's what we're here for. Help ourselves and others and heal through the power of joy. Yes, that's perfect. Call upon Maitreya to increase your happiness and joy. Hey. All right, so Maitreya is going to be hanging out. You see that rainbow? I'm feeling the summer weather coming. I'm feeling some joy coming, dropping all this karmic stuff. And rejoicing in family, rejoicing in prioritizing what really matters. I see lots of smiling faces. The Emperor is a little bit intense. He kind of, you know, he's got a lot of responsibility, and I mean, seriously. He's got like the world there. And he holds life in his hands, so yeah, he's kind of a intense dude. Okay, so this is the deck with my angel messages. So let's get some angel messages that are going to help uplift any masculines that come across my channel in this video. Pulling out of the poverty consciousness. Not necessarily financial, but just like despair and struggle and people around them wanting to, who aren't in their family, I don't feel that. I don't feel like there's people who really want him to feel all that joy. So let's get some angel messages to help uplift. Not like 20. Sorry. I'm pretty clumsy. I'm not a professional tarot reader, everybody. I don't charge for readings. I only do them for the collective here and then for any friends who come visit me or ask for a video. So this is just part of my divine homework. So angels, what message would most benefit anyone watching? Please give me something really helpful to this situation, pulling out of the Devil energy, Queen of Wands energy, reverse Queen of Wands energy. Archangel Michael. Archangel Michael came out with make a commitment. Okay, now don't get too scared here. This doesn't necessarily have to do with Divine Feminine, but mostly making a commitment to what really matters, right? Make a commitment to move towards this family dynamic, whatever form that takes, and stepping into your Emperor power, taking your power back. Okay, getting on your throne and ruling with the highest vibration of all. This is power. Are you kidding? Power. Joy shatters all lower vibrations. If you can laugh at fear, you can shatter fear. You can shatter it. It'll just shatter, y'all. Archangel Michael, as the angel of courage and confidence, I call upon you to lend all divine masculines watching this, as well as myself, your strength, and the divine masculine within myself, your strength. Allow us to commit to ourselves, our lives, and to the divine purpose that we have here on earth. Please clearly guide us, clearly guide any masculines watching this, so that they and I can fully open our hearts to every experience. I'm coming back to the love, opening the heart. Okay, so I'm going to close the reading here in a minute. So I'm feeling like really committing to things, oh my gosh, that have to do with family, okay? Whoever's, maybe divine masculines have not been focusing on family, have been focusing on sensual pleasures. Lord Buddha, let's get some solid words of wisdom for any divine masculines watching, any cross watchers that might be able to share this with their divine masculine when they get a chance. Maybe not necessarily sharing my video, obviously, but sharing any messages that came through my video. If you feel like sharing this video with your divine masculine, that's fine too, if they can put up with my clumsy ass. But honestly, this is just so that you guys can get some nuggets. Woo! So, I know this is so... It is a general reading, so here it is. This is one of... I'm probably going to do one more after this. Follow the Buddha. So we did get my... Follow the Buddha. That's just one path, y'all. Follow your practice. And follow fellow aspirants. Learn the 4 Noble Truths. I will do a video on the 4 Noble Truths. And then enter the Noble Eightfold Path, and only then can you be free from suffering. So basically living a righteous life, whether it's the 4 Noble Truths, Noble Eightfold Path, this is a really nice clear system. And I love Buddhism because it's willing to shift with science and all that. Now, I don't really commit to any, I know how we have the make a commitment card. Make a commitment. Maybe it is about making a commitment to a spiritual path. Not necessarily one that I am committed to, or one that anyone else is committed to, but committing to one, okay? and committing to family. Family is like the most spiritual path. I mean, it doesn't always mean blood family either. This doesn't necessarily mean blood family. The card's traditional meaning does, you know, with Ten of Pentacles, like family support. But it could also be just like your community and your tribe. So I want one more message for the Divine Masculine in regards to pulling out of this energy of desire, lust, and greed. It is easy to be bad. More difficult to be good. Okay, so it's not easy. It's not easy. It's more difficult to be good. Yeah, we know this. But I know, I just love these Buddha cards. I just want. See, here I am. I just want. Here we go. That is coming through. I just want the easy road. No, the high road sometimes has the steepest climb. Just keep taking the high road. Pull yourself out from that low road here. I see you taking your power back, masculines. I see it happening. I see so much support. You're good. Just keep focusing on that light at the end of the tunnel. Focusing on the cups that haven't spilt. Huh. Who ranks as the highest? Who ranks as the highest? Speaking about your highest self, your higher self, Divine Masculine. One who has no thought of good and bad. I know, they kind of contradict. So transcending the thought of good and bad. One who is free from suffering, desire, and impurity. The final card for the reading, okay? I so appreciate you guys bearing with me because you know, I'm not as polished as I would like to be and as polished as I will be with these readings. All that I know is that I love to do them, and I love all the people I've met through doing just the few I've done. Clarity, come here, baby. Maybe you'll get to meet my cat here in a second. I have a cat named Clarity, and she's darling. Okay. Anyways, so Divine Masculines, this is the final card. She's looking at me like, what the hell? Who are you talking to? In the Noble Eightfold Path, what is right understanding? Okay. Okay. What is right understanding? Do you want to know what right understanding is? I want to know what right understanding is, especially with this making a commitment situation. Knowledge about suffering. So you need to be aware that you're suffering. You might not have even known that you've been suffering. This might have actually felt really good, like all this energy, all this sexual and greed energy. It might have felt really good in the moment. Okay, knowledge about suffering and where suffering came. Knowledge about the end of suffering. Knowledge about the end of suffering. And how to reach the end of suffering. How to reach the end of suffering. This is how to reach the end of suffering. I'm just going to tell you right now on this channel, how to reach the end of your suffering is to redirect all of this powerful energy into playing the lead role in your life. And the way to do that is through love and vulnerability. I know it's like the opposite of all this devil energy and stuff like that. Dropping that ego. Seems like an earth card wants to come out. And then the karma. I did the whole reading out of the book for karma, how that's generational, focusing on your life purpose, like what karma are you here to heal? And then the final card, this really is the final card. Now every reading I do for anybody, I'm always like, final card, final card. Okay, so, but this truly is beautiful. We got Green Man, synergy. Green Man has to do with, nature, Mother Nature, being in nature. Excuse me. Final advice for Divine Masculines. Sorry. Do you see the face in there? Maybe it's telling you to go to the woods. And that's a good place to go to clear all this. Also in this one, I see a lot of trees in the background and like a water element back there too. So getting really grounded, of course, is the vibe with that. Green Man status. If Green Man was a status, get in that status. Okay, so Green Man is earth vegetation personified. This could be about smoking some more ganj. Just teasing. Eating more salad. Okay. Growth. Growing. Okay, so Green Man has been in a myriad of cultures throughout the world, so he's often a symbol for rebirth of life in springtime, and I like that it's Green Man, because this is a Divine Masculine reading, so it's kind of perfect for you guys. He reminds us of the incredible synergy required for Gaia to maintain her delicate and dynamic balance among the various beings on the planet. So he helps balance Gaia, and that's what Divine Masculine does for Divine Feminine. I know I got really like emotional during this reading because I'm in separation. I'm in like deep separation. Of course, we're never separated, but seeing all this dark energy going away and refocusing on family is really nice for me to see. I don't usually, I'm very respectful of my Divine Masculine, and I don't even intrude psychically. I try not to even do that. But I'm glad that I'm looking into it tonight on this new moon, because I am trying to draw him back to me in any way that I can. But yeah, so he represents the plant kingdom. Cooperative interaction between plants, humans, and animals. Cooperation. Yay. With your divine powers. I'm just feeling like, you know what, Divine Masculine? Like, you're just as connected to Mother Earth as Divine Feminine. And your energy is needed just as much for the planet Earth, for healing planet Earth. Like, seriously, and you know that. For instance, fruit trees propagate by being eaten by an animal that then deposits it back into the earth after digestion. As a new plant grows, bees pollinate the flowers, and the cycle begins once again in nature's simple yet remarkable synergy. So that synergy between you and your Divine Feminine, though, I'm feeling that. But also the synergy between you and nature. It's going to help pull you out of these dark energies up into realizing, you know, who's really there for you and who's going to help pull you out of it, and you can lean on them for support 100%. You know, and 10 of Pentacles just basically means like you are supported. Like, you might not be having financial stuff, but you might be having, you know, other stuff you're pulling out of and needing support from your family. Okay, so this is also your will being aligned with the will of spirit. And sometimes the only way that we can get those clear messages is by being out in nature. That's like true church to me. Okay. As your will is aligned with the will of spirit and your mission is congruent with your sense of purpose, there's a synergy, a way that your life force is continually coming into balance with the forces of nature. There is also a synergy between your spiritual awareness and your personal self or ego. Be aware of the various idiosyncrasies of your ego, and do not take any of them too seriously. All this ego stuff isn't who you really are. Just drop it. Don't take it seriously. Just cut it out. You have the power. Life is too short. Know that your higher self is always looking out for your best interests. And your divine feminine's always looking out for your best interests too. I know that there's a lot of really bitter ones out there, and I've been there, you know, but as soon as I like really looked at the big picture and how it's not just about us, and it's not even just about romance either, I really dropped my ego too, you guys. Like, I was doing like, I was in the mental space of like, I'm gonna show him like what he's missing and stuff like that, which is just BS, because then he starts doing that too, and then we have this back and forth thing going on. When for me though, it's always like, I'm gonna show him, you know, how spiritually righteous I am, but honestly, like, that just puts me a step below like where I should be. So always being humble and recognizing the ego self, you know, cutting that out too, cutting out the ego self, asking for help if need be, in order to be in control of your own life. Excuse me. In this cycle, tune into that guidance. Tune into the guidance from your higher self. Make a commitment to your higher self. Make a commitment to your higher self. Make a commitment to the synergies of the universe needing you to be in your higher self. We need you in your higher self more than ever. More than ever. I need you, I need you, I need you right now. I need you right now. That song from Rihanna. In this cycle, tune into that guidance however it shows up, because it might show up super randomly. It might show up through family or other tribe members. You will find that you move through life with greater ease due to a synergistic balance of forces expressing themselves as you. Yeah. Yep. Expressing themselves as you. So remember, you are Green Man. You are Maitreya. Where's my love card? You are love. You're love. You are love, you're love, you're love, and you're loved. And the vulnerability card too. I know that's exactly where the feminines are at too. With forgiveness. I feel like this has a lot to do with forgiveness. This is the cups that spilled. I know, I keep coming back to that, but I think that has to do with forgiveness and cutting out the struggle, just cutting out the struggle. Like, why? Sign from above. You are going to receive this soon. You're going to receive this sign from above. Not just this video. I'm just kidding. I feel like this is a romance one too. See the rose coming out? Oh my gosh. Okay. Well, that has been your reading for tonight. I'm going to do one for the feminines too. I'm just going to do a short one for them, for us. But I just had to get that out. I was really resisting doing one for masculines, but I'm glad. I hope that helps somebody. Love you. 111 exactly.